Do you want more money coming to your mailbox without doing anything? Are you a commercial property loan originator who does pretty good business? And also, are you looking to change your life and spend more time doing the things that you want to do? Well, if so, you're in the right spot. You really are in the perfect spot if that's the case. Hey there, my name's Kenner French. I'm with vastsolutionsgroup.com and also vastcapitalmanagement.com. And also, by the way, I've been involved in commercial properties for really a little bit over 2 decades. I guess I'm dating myself there, but we're going to go over really the finer details of a program that's been invented by comloan.com. It's a rev share program, or revenue sharing program, that is perfectly suited to providing passive income for commercial property loan originators. We're going to get right to it. It's going to be there's going to be some details you're going to have to really pay attention to, but it's going to be worth your while. All comloan.com loan originators are automatically enrolled in this thing called the Comloan Revenue Share Plan, or Rev Share. Comloan's originators, who really have contributed to the company's sales growth, or really by recruiting new originators or loan originators, are rewarded monetarily through the Comloan Rev Share Plan. The Rev Share Plan's payouts to originators is directly proportional to the level of organizational production. The more people under you, the better. Company dollar, and that's the dollar that the amount the Comloan retains from commission earned on funded transactions, just like you're used to normally. The originator's commission will be on a sliding scale of loan volume funded in a 12-month period based on the anniversary date as defined in the agreement that's going to be outlined later. Now let's go over some definitions. Very important. The finer details, by the way, are really important. Adjusted gross commission income, or AGCI, is the GCI adjusted by a factor of 50% of the company dollar in the overall monthly rev share program. Now, you're going to really like this based on what I've just said and what I'm going to say with a little bit less technicalities. Now, the hierarchy of originators that are sponsored in succession, beginning with the originator and each group of originators thereafter. I'm going to give an example. Tier 1, the group of Comloan originators sponsored by the Comloan originator. Let's say you in this case. Tier 2, the group of Comloan originators that are sponsored by Tier 1 Comloan originators, if that makes sense. Finally, Tier 3, that's the group of Comloan originators that are sponsored by Tier 2, so we're one step further down the line. Tier 4, the group of Comloan originators sponsored by Tier 3, so we're going down the various levels now, right? Finally, Tier 5, it's the group of Comloan originators that are sponsored by Tier 4 Comloan originators. So now we're 5 steps down, if that makes sense, or in Tier 4. I should say in Tier 5. Revenue Share Organization. Now, what is that? A Comloan originators rev share organization is made up of both the originators that the originator directly sponsors to Comloan sales teams and the originators who are sponsored as a result of the initial sponsorships. So it goes down further down the line. Revenue share eligibility. To maintain rev share eligibility, or rev share eligibility, an originator must be in good standing with Comloan at all times. Can't be doing anything criminal now. Come on. Now B, a rev share explain. Let's get in the nitty gritty here. As a Comloan originator, let's say he recruits other active and productive loan originators to the company, and they're named the sponsor of these Comloan loan originators. The contractor will begin earning the standard, Tier 1, 25% of the AGCI revenue share amount of the funded loan transactions of the contractor's Tier 1 group of Comloan originators, meaning there's money in your pocket and you don't have to do anything. Well, besides recruit the original people. As the contractor's Tier 1 group of Comloan originators, in parents, contractors directly sponsored by the loan originators become sponsors of more new Comloan originators. Each Comloan loan originator is added to the contractor's rev share organization. So the more people you bring in, the better it is for you. The more revenue they produce, the more it helps you. Okay? Now, the contractor will receive rev share from each of these funded loan transactions from the company dollar that's earned from funded loan transactions by loan originators. It's really simple if you think about it. The more production down below, the better it helps you being up at the top. Now, it's not a pyramid scheme, it's different, and I'll explain why in a little bit. The rev share plan is paid out as a percentage of AGCI, i.e. commissions, which is the GCI multiplied by a factor, and is calculated each month in an endeavor to achieve and pay out 50% of company dollars in the form of, you guessed it, rev share. Depending on the number of loan originators in each tier, actual awards on the individual transaction may exceed or fall below the target payout of 50%, the fine print there, right? The respective percentage collective for rev share will be paid out to tiers, various different tiers, accordingly. Again, mailbox money. Tier 1, 25% of the revenue share portion of the AGCI. Tier 2, one step lower, 20% of the revenue share as a portion of the AGCI. Tier 3, 15% of the revenue share portion of the AGCI. Tier 4, 15% of the revenue share as a percentage of AGCI. Finally, Tier 5, 25% of the revenue portion of the AGCI. Now, to be qualified to receive, so you can see there's money to be made even if you're at the top or if you're at the bottom. To the qualified to receive dough, you must be in good standing with the company. Otherwise, you can't obtain revenue share dollars. All revenue share payments will be paid out on or about the 21st of the month following the date of the closing of the loan. If the 21st, this is a small detail, but if the 21st day of the month falls on a weekend or bank holiday, then payment will be made the next following day. I'm going into the details because really it's important that you understand every element of this, because revenue share is really, really meaty and really helpful. The revenue share plan is entirely funded by a percentage of the adjusted gross commission income retained by COM loan on closed transactions. Therefore, no revenue share dollars are distributed when no company dollars are owned. That could happen in certain circumstances. If an originator is no longer eligible for rev share for whatever the reason, doesn't really even matter the reason, the originator's place in the rev share group or in the organization will be assumed by COM loan. So in effect, stay with the company. There's no reason not to going forward. I'll give an example. For example, again, we're going to the fine details, but it's important so you understand the rev share, because the rev share is very powerful. When an originator who is not vested departs COM loan, the position that the originator held in other sponsors' revenue share organizations becomes a COM loan position immediately. So the money is made by COM loan. The structure of the revenue sharing does not roll up to the higher levels. The company makes that. So I'm going to go over a demonstration of the whole process. The loan originator directly sponsors 15 new loan originators, Tier 1, who in turn sponsors 25 new loan originators, Tier 2, who in turn sponsors 40 more new loan originators, Tier 3, who in turn sponsor 30 more loan originators, and that would be, you guessed it, Tier 4, who then in turn sponsor 50 loan originators, Tier 5. The original loan originator, let's say you in this case, whatever the case is, what are you going to earn, as we discussed before? 25% revenue share portion of the AGCI deal on each funded loan transactions of the 15 new loan originators in Tier 1, okay? Now, or 2, 20% of revenue share portion of the AGCI on each funded loan transaction of the 25 new loan originators, Tier 2. Do you get that? There's a lot of money to be made there. 3, 15% of the revenue share portion of the AGCI on each funded loan transaction of the 40 new loan originators, Tier 3. Finally, also 15% of the revenue share portion of the AGCI on each funded loan transactions of the 30 new loan originators. That's Tier 4 group. And if you, again, now we're going to the nitty-gritty, 25% of the revenue share portion of the AGCI on each funded loan transactions of the 50 new loan originators, Tier 5 group. So you're still making money at the very, very top. Let's give even more of a detailed example. You close a deal that's worth, let's say, a total of $40,000 in rev share. Your upline consists of, let's say, sponsor Amy, plus the 4 additional people above Amy. You may not even know John, let's say in this example. Well, you still make money from it. Now, a little bit more detail. Your sponsorship upline, number 5, let's say it's you, number 5, right? So you sponsor Mark, thus becoming his sponsor. Mark is, let's say, on the 4th tier. Mark sponsors April. And then April sponsors Chris. We're the 3rd tier, right? Chris, who's on the 2nd tier now, sponsors Amy, and then Amy sponsors John. John, acting as a loan officer on a deal, he closes it. Done deal, right? The example of rev share is as follows. You, because you're up above, you're tier 5 for John, you make $10,000. $10,000 for not doing anything on that specific deal, but recruiting one person. Does that make sense? Now, think about that, because you recruited Amy, who brought in a bunch of people. Because of that one deal that's being done, you make money on that deal. Make sense? Mailbox money, passive income. That's going to create some net worth down the road. So there you have it. Com Loans Rev Share Program. It makes more money without having to do a bunch of work, as a commercial property loan originator than most organizations out there. I'm guessing you're not with an organization that does anything like this right now. Hopefully this helps. If you have any questions, once again, my name is Kenner French of 𝑣ASKSolutionsGroup.com and also 𝑣ASKCapitalManagement.com. Please get a hold of me. Go to the website, specifically 𝑣ASKCapitalManagement.com, and go ahead and sign up for a consultation, do some research. We have a lot of resources there. There's going to be some added value resources there that you're going to think really can help even your practice, even if you stay at whatever commercial loan originator you're at. Either way, thank you for taking the time to spend here with me. Once again, Kenner French of 𝑣ASKSolutionsGroup.com and also 𝑣ASK Capital Management.